The battered tourism industry can hopefully start to rebuild slowly now that South Africa has been removed from the UK's dreaded red list. But the real work starts now as we expect thousands of Brits to come over for our much-needed sunshine. The Association of Southern African Travel Agents has been at the forefront of the fight to open borders. The CEO, Otto Vries, joins us now. Otto, you must be smiling from ear to ear. Now, I was speaking to a friend of mine who was saying, you guys keep going on about UK and the red list as if it's the only country people can visit or the only country that sends visitors to us. Why is this such a big deal?
Sure. Thank you for having me. Look, absolutely, definitely smiling from ear to ear. It's been a good week, I guess. And this announcement is important, and the UK market is extremely critical for both South African travellers as well as British travellers that wish to come to South Africa. In fact, pre-COVID, it was without a doubt our largest source market by some way, with more than 440,000 British tourists entering South Africa. And keep in mind that we have a long history with the United Kingdom. So there's a lot of visiting friends and relatives, and there's also a lot of business travel that happens between those two markets. So the need for us to get off this red list has been a critical part of our efforts over the past while, not least because of the inconsistent application and the way that they went about it, but more importantly, so that we can start to get this flow of traffic happening once again between the two countries.
So the rebuilding starts now, Otto. What's going to happen?
Well, look, I think what we're hearing out there is that the pent-up demand has been substantial in both directions. And I think we're going to be very, very busy over the next couple of days and weeks and months. First of all, trying to obviously manage the high pent-up demand, processing those reservations and securing products and services for those tourists. Now, keep in mind that over the past 18 months, we've unfortunately had to shed a lot of jobs in our sector. So one of our big challenges is going to ensure that we start to bring back skilled travel advisors and consultants that can then support this high demand, and that we can ensure that customers are looked after and are able to enjoy their holiday. We'll be looking to the airlines to start increasing capacity. There was an announcement made by British Airways that they will start ramping up services both onto Johannesburg as well as Cape Town, and this will be staggered, meeting what we believe will be sufficient capacity by December. So yes, it's all hands on deck as the work of opening all of these products and services to these tourists begins.
It's not just about people from the UK coming here. It's about South Africans going to the UK as well. Tell us about the vaccine passport, our vaccine passport, and how it's being received in the UK.
Well, from what we've noted, the UK government has accepted the digital vaccination passport that actually went live today. In fact, I tested the system yesterday, and I'm pleased to advise that I actually now have a digital copy of my vaccination status. So from that perspective, we should be good to go. I think the other thing that we'll be looking at is potentially as a result of the pent-up demand, how well the British consulate and embassies are able to facilitate visa requirements as and where they are required. Because again, we are starting to hear from a number of other places, including the United States, where South Africans are currently struggling to get appointments to be able to process visas.
You spoke earlier on, Otto, about how the UK is our largest market for visitors by a long way. Is this a bit of a wake-up call that we're maybe a bit too reliant on the UK and that we should be expanding our net a little bit?
Sure. Look, there is obviously a tiered structure and a plan from a marketing perspective in terms of how we position the country. South African tourism has a very clear mandate and a strategy as to how that needs to be dealt with. So we were opening a lot of markets, and of course, right behind the United Kingdom was the United States with over 300,000 arrivals per annum. We also have good business coming out of Germany and France, the Netherlands. And in terms of new source markets, Brazil was opening up nicely. There was growth out of China. And these two will need to obviously be resuscitated as the budget allows. But it's critical in the short to medium term that the energy and the efforts are focused on core source markets, ones that understand and know the destination and that we're able to switch on quickly. And then down the line, as part of the strategy, absolutely we need to continue to ensure that we are opening up additional new source markets to attract them to South Africa as a destination.
Well, Otto, listen, I know you're busy, so I'm going to let you go take reservations, go do what you need to do to get this tourism economy moving again. And thank you for your time. A very relieved CEO of the